the holidays, our It's the Law expert and I had another discussion about bankruptcy. Now that the Christmas gifts are open and it's time to pay the bills, what do you do if you can't afford them? Jay Davis weighed in. Take a look. Okay, Jay, I know this is a topic we've talked about before, but it's pretty relevant with the holiday season. You know, we just finished giving out the presents. Now we've got this stack of bills.
Right.
Can't pay the bills. You know, should people jump to bankruptcy as a solution?
Well, I mean, this is the time where a lot of people are incurring a lot of debt. I mean, we all do the celebration for Christmas and all that kind of stuff, and a lot of times that means debt for having events or for buying gifts. But it depends on whether or not they should jump into it. If you're going to ultimately get bankruptcy, if you're really considering that, if your finances have gone that awry, the sooner the better, because the more you pay out, and it's going to have the same effect, and it's going to be a later start to your reestablishment of credit. So the sooner the better is the right answer to that.
Now, in terms of bankruptcy, I know there's a ton of different types of bankruptcy for people who are maybe in this big debt that they've accrued over years, months, whatever the case may be. What are the types that they should consider looking into?
The main two types for individuals are going to be the Chapter 7 and the Chapter 13. In a Chapter 7, it's more, let's just fresh start, let's clear everything out, just start all over again, get rid of everything, and let's go. If you have a car in a Chapter 7, you can still keep a car if you want to keep a car and make payments that you're already on, and that will reestablish your credit after the bankruptcy. Same thing with the house payment. You can do a Chapter 7, wipe out the unsecured, the credit cards and all that kind of stuff, and then begin. A Chapter 13 will restructure the debt. If you're behind on your home, let's say you're 3 or 4 months behind, you were sick, things like those types of events that were temporary and now they're fixed, you can reestablish over time getting those things back. You can if your car is at a high interest rate, you can get it down to a lower interest rate in a Chapter 13.
Okay, now we've talked about the bankruptcy, but there's obviously some other ways where people can get out of debt. So what are some of those, and what would you recommend?
One of the best ways to get, one of the best ways in theory to get out of debt would be a debt consolidation. But almost never will they work. So you have to be very, very careful with those. And those are where you pay money into a company, and then that company will hold into a trust and pay out your different debts over time, try to negotiate something. But most people are better off in a bankruptcy than those types of things because there's a lot of fees with that. Nobody's bound by it. There's no act of law that holds somebody to it. So you can be working out all of your fees on 7 of your debts, and then one sue you and you can't pay it and you lose whatever, your house, or you wind up in the bankruptcy 3 years down the road and your credit's destroyed.
So you actually do recommend the bankruptcy then?
The bankruptcy can get your credit reestablished the fastest. The timeline starts sooner.
And remember, you can catch Jay and his legal experts every Saturday on My 41.2 at 3 p.m. and on Sunday right here on 41 NBC at 6. And don't forget, if you've got a legal question for Jay, you can email us at itsthelaw@41nbc.com and we'll answer it right here on the news at 6.